Hello FIFA fans and welcome to the 5th episode in the 2nd season in the Academy story. As always, a big episode ahead of us, so we're going to dive straight into it. We've got a pretty busy month ahead of us. We've got a lot of games and some big ones in there as well. We got Watford, we got Crystal Palace, Birmingham, Hull. There are some big games in there. We got 6 games in total, which means that's a lot to get through. Of course, it's the first of the month, which means we've got Derek, and we'll have a look in a second who Derek's going to be training. And then at the end of the episode, guys, once we played all the matches, we're going to have a nice little review of the players like we do occasionally to have a look how they're progressing, who's doing well, maybe who's doing not so well also. And then that's it, guys. We're in January. We're in January again. It comes around so fast. We're going to split January into 2 episodes, maybe 3 at a push. But how it's going to work, guys, the first episode, so the next episode, we're going to focus on the transfer window. The episode after that, and games as well. The episode after that, we're going to focus on tokens. I want to do it that way because I want you guys to be involved in the tokens this year, a lot more this season, a lot more than last season. I took the initiative last season. I did a lot myself because I think it was new, to be honest. It was new and I didn't really know how to go about it. I'm going to be setting up some more pools and I'm going to be showing you the player stats and things in the next episode. So you can let me know. You can say, well, I want you to use the token on this, man. That'd be cool. That'd be sweet. Use it on him. And so it'll be a little bit more interactive. And it means we don't have to cram everything in. But let's have a look straight away at who Derek's going to train. And, well, Derek's training Arnie Jacobs. And this has come from a comment from Tombstone called Killer. And he basically said, Arnie Jacobs, he's been forgotten. He has been forgotten. He has been left in the dark. Something along those lines. I think I've just shown it there. But yeah, basically, he was saying, Arnie Jacobs, he hasn't really been on the scene. He hasn't been on the scene so much recently. And I have to agree. I do have to agree. And the thing I'll say, guys, is, I'm the manager. I'm a manager. I pick the team selection and things like that. But, a manager's nothing without his backroom staff. That's what you guys are. You're my backroom staff. Sometimes I need you guys to point me in the right direction, remind me of some players, because the last thing I want is this potential that Jacobs has, the biggest potential in the whole of the academy story, if he's going to be the best player, and I haven't seen it, I've not developed him as I should be as a manager. I should be developing this guy. That's my job. Then, I failed. So I need you guys to help me out and remind me. Play Jacobs, train Jacobs, give him the time of day, because otherwise, problems can occur, and we don't want Jacobs knocking on the door saying, boss, the weather, it's too cold. It's too cold in England, I'm done. And I think that can be prevented, because it starts with, a little bit of he's not getting the game time, his mind starts to go elsewhere, and then he thinks that, England is just freaking cold, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Send me back to Belgium where it's beautiful weather. It's beautiful. It's not that much better. But yeah, no. So it'd be awesome, guys, if you could just let me know in the comments. If you ever want me to train anyone, do anything, change anything, just let me know. I read all the comments. For better or for worse, I don't care what you say. You can say what you want to me. But yeah, within reason. Let me know if you ever want anyone trained, because yeah, from Tombstone, he said this and I think I agree. I was like, you know what, you're right. It's been an oversight. So anyway, enough waffle. Let's see how Derek gets on. So he was a 74. He had 86 ball control and 85 dribbling. That is sick. The one thing I don't see here, we'll see in a second when it's finished. But I mean, he's gone up to a 76. That's okay. But he's got 87 finishing. Like that's pretty epic, isn't it? But he's got 61 attack positions. So what that tells me, he reminds me of Pedro for Chelsea. A bit of a headless chicken. Pedro can finish. He's pretty good at finishing when he means it. But sometimes I feel like Pedro just runs around like a bit of a headless chicken. Like he doesn't know who he is, where he is. He just runs around. And I think maybe that might be Jacobs a little bit. Like he's got the gifts. But we're not quite sure at the moment where he should be. But we've got lots of games, guys, which means lots of opportunities for lots of different players. We're going to see who stands out over the next 6 games. I'm hoping we're not going to get spanked and lose every game, and that's going to be a bad run for the players. I'm hoping some players will stand out, and Jacobs, he's going to get his fair shout at at being in the team. But yeah, nice training session from Derek. Happy with that. Besides that, we're just going to crack on for the rest of the episode with all these matches. So I will join you at the end and we'll have a look at how everyone's developed and how we've got on over the next month.
So here we go then, the first game ourselves at home to Watford. And as we know, it's on ultimate difficulty and we've been getting on very well so far. Is that Nacho? Is it Nacho who plays for Real Madrid? I think I might be Nacho. It rings a bell from Ultimate Team. I'm sure that was. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, anyway, it's first against third. And this will be a big test for us. We are at home and I think our run at home recently has been pretty fantastic. And wow, top scoring teams. I think that's the best we've ever had. 41 goals at this point of the season. And 10 goals more than Wolves were second. That's remarkable really. So having a look at the lineup, have a little glance there at the substitutions. And looking at the starting lineup, what you will notice straight away is that we have Jacobs on the right hand side with Fuentes. We have Gonzalo up front, Guzman on the left with Abbas also, Smith and Bello in midfield, and Uber, Callis and Aldasari at the back end, of course, for stealing goal. We have had to drop that man Luna in midfield because he is serving a one-match ban, and that's just the accumulation of yellow cards. Is that going to be... Yeah, Fuentes is done. Oh my God. I mean, it's... You could write this script for Fuentes. Fuentes starts the season. Fuentes gets injured. End of Fuentes. So we come out to the second half then, and... I mean, a difficult game. We've had a couple of chances, but obviously the most memorable thing so far from this game is that Fuentes has got a very serious injury, which isn't good. Bello. Oh no. Oh, what a nice bit of skill. Gee, oh no. Oh, frick. Just too powerful for us. I mean, you can't make a mistake at all. You make a mistake and you'll get punished. They're so quick to put an attack together. And you can see here, lovely little bit of skill there. I think that was skill. A little bit of luck comes off him, and you know if they've got any space to shoot, they're going to shoot. And on the ultimate difficulty, it's going to be a goal. Simple as that. 1-0 down frustratingly. Oh no, that's another mistake. Another defensive error. Playing the ball onto him. Oh... You just get so punished. That's from one little slip up, one defensive error again. Just going in and the ball just deflecting off the player and going out wide, all the space. And literally, in that much space out wide, you know if a ball, it's just going to... Oh, so well worked, to be honest, so well worked. 2-0 down. Damn. That's the full-time whistle. Quite a bad performance. I mean, the highlights will show it. I think we had one chance really, but 2-0. A deserved loss. Really disappointing. Really difficult game. Sterling playing for Watford. What on earth? The pace was unreal and the pass accuracy was insane by Watford. So yeah, that's why they're third really. So of course Fuentes got injured and suffered a broken ankle, and I have to be honest, guys, it's starting to just annoy me. I don't mess with the sliders, but I'm starting to just think of taking the injuries out completely, because I don't mind getting players injured, but it's just broken ankle. This is like the 6th or 7th broken ankle in 2 seasons. 7 broken ankles. It's just so lazy from EA. It's just so freaking lazy, and it really does. It gets to me a lot, this, because we pay money every freaking year for this game, and this mode. That they're so lazy they can't be bothered to just put a little bit of effort in because they're so freaking money hungry, and we just end up with crap like this, and it grinds on me. 7 broken ankles in 2 months. I mean, it's just mix it up a little bit, you know, just a little bit of effort, a little bit of coding goes a long way, but the team is so freaking lazy. It just kills me. But anyway, that's my little rant. Yeah, more of the same, guys, we know it. Here we go then, Sheffield United against ourselves, Exeter City. A bigger stadium than ours. We're of course a very small stadium, but unfortunately their stadium doesn't reflect where they are in the league. They are 20th. We're of course at the top of the league. So it was fairly disappointing for us to lose the last game because it was a very competitive game against Watford. But to be honest, they had players like Sterling Sterling playing for them on the right-hand side. Sterling in the Championship. I mean, I don't know what his rating is. But yeah, he pretty much abused us on that right-hand side. You can see there are a couple of players, quite a few changes. And because we have got quite a few games, it's a luxury really that we can just rotate everyone. And now that Fuentes is out, it does have quite a big impact on, of course, the team selection on the right-hand side. It will give a lot of players such as Torres, Nilo, also Montenegro the opportunity to play a lot more games. So here we are then taking a look at the substitutions on the right-hand side. You'll notice that Gonzalo and Hendricks are on the bench. We're giving Mazipov an opportunity up front. And then either side of him, we've got Abbas on the left and Rose on the right. Oscard on the left, Montenegro on the right. And then Smith and Luna, fantastic midfield pair they are. Faye, Reese and Cordoba in defence. And then we're giving Walsh a run out because I think he's a little bit unsettled, to be honest. We know what this man Luna can do, and he's going to do it. And oh my god, it is insane. It is just, I said it already, it's insane. It's ridiculous. Because, I mean, you just, there's the amount of error, I would say, that you can just pretty much aim anywhere as long as it's on goal. I mean, I thought that was going wide. I really did. I thought there's not enough power on it, it's going wide. And it curls in, it curls outside to in. The goalkeeper is, I mean, I think he reckons it's going out, and it's not. It's going in that freaking goal. 1-0 up very early on. Happy days. That man Luna again. Oh my god. It is ridiculous. You know, that was I don't even know what that was. It was just Luna on the ball and thought, yeah, I'll just give it a go. And it just kind of floated in. I mean, no matter what, that's outside of the boot. What is going on with the goalkeeper, to be honest? What is going on with the goalkeeper? Why is he just kind of turning and not really committing? That is very, very strange. I mean, taking nothing away from the accuracy, but the goalkeeper should be doing better then. To be honest, the goalkeeper should be doing better on the first one. Yeah, a bit interesting, that one. Why not? Just do it again. Okay, there is something broken here. There is something broken here. I mean, I'm just... This, to be honest, this was just more of a test because I thought, okay, hit it. I mean, what the... It's such a good finish. Like the other one. How are these... I think, guys, we've just found something that is just so overpowered. And bearing in mind, I swear to you, I have not touched any of the sliders or anything like that. He has got 99 finishing and 99 long shots. And clearly that is enough to just score from anywhere. So easy. It is just... I mean, what a fantastic ball, but I don't know what's going on this game. I really don't. This is on Ultimate. And the way we're playing, it's like we've... I don't know, it's like... Everything is just so... It's easy. That's the only way to put it. Everything is easy. Everything is falling to us. I don't know what the AI is doing. I mean, what's that defender doing there? Right, we're going to keep monitoring this because the goalkeeper at the moment hasn't done a single thing. The defenders there were sideways on. It just doesn't... Something doesn't feel right here. It's so strange. Oh. Get there. Well then, Jacobs. No. One of you. Oh... That's a penalty. I don't know what happened, but we've given away a penalty basically. A very unnecessary penalty, and it looks like we're probably going to lose a clean sheet. It's nothing but a consolation, and they don't deserve it. They do not deserve a goal. I'm hoping we can actually keep this out, and we can't. So that's the full-time whistle then. We do win 4-1. A very easy game it turned out to be. Some very questionable goalkeeping. It makes no odds. Luna gets the hat-trick, which is fantastic. And, of course, Abbas got a goal as well. They did play better in the second half. Of course, we gave away the penalty. But overall, a very easy 3 points. And I'd be very disappointed if I was a Sheffield United player right now. So the next game then, and this is a big one for us, it's ourselves against Crystal Palace. And I am expecting a difficult game here. Of course, the last game was ridiculously easy, I felt. The game before that was ridiculously hard. Both were on Ultimate. But, I mean, maybe it is just a little bit of kind of continuity, really, with Sheffield United were bottom of the league. Maybe that was meant to be easy. Watford weren't. They were third, and we ended up getting beaten. So this could actually be a very difficult game. So having a look at the lineup then, Gonzalo comes back up front. We got Guzman on the left and Torres Nilo on the right hand side. Edwards and Jacobs either flanks in midfield. Sandoval comes back in the team with Bello. And we got Uber, Callis and Aldasadi. And then for steal and goal, a lot of changes, and that's because of just the stamina situation, which is why Sandoval's playing. Of course, we know he's going out on loan. But because there's only a couple of days break, everyone was kind of fatigued, and it's a big game. We want to have fresh players. It's going to be a test for a lot of the players. But, you know, we'll see how we get on. Lovely play. Jacobs. Easy. Lovely bit of play there. And it's been up until this point, we're 36 minutes in, and both teams have counted each other out. Every attack we've more or less had has been defended very well. They've been coming at us at the counter-attack, and we've been defending very well. So it's, it's been a lot more enjoyable game for sure. And this comes from a fantastic ball. And Jacobs on that right-hand side always seems to take a great touch. And puts it on a plate for Guzman. Guzman completely unmarked. No chance of missing that one. We go 1-0 up. Oh. What's a ball? Oh, that was so nice. I love scoring a volley, and Torres Nilo takes that beautifully. It was just so well worked by Guzman, because it was the pace that came down to his pace. The defender went onto it, and he just kicked the ball in front of him, and the defender kind of went in for a tackle, missed it. A fantastic cross, and Nilo there, not panicking. He knew he had enough time to get his shot away instead of heading it, and he connected with it beautifully. What a finish. And we go 2-0 up. Edwards, go on lad. Oh my god. I mean, that is just sensational. He's had such a quiet game, Edwards. Really has had a quiet game. And I mean, it's so insane. What is the defender doing there? And Edwards just given so much space, a ridiculous amount of space, and that is just a world-class finish. Oh, Benteke's in. I thought he saved it. Initially he did. I thought, oh my god, that was just a really nice counter-attack, to be honest. They've had their opportunities. They have had their opportunities. I shouldn't discredit. But again, what I'm finding is when we're having less chances, definitely having less chances than we were doing Legendary, but it seems the chances we're getting, they just seem to be so open. They seem to just be, there's no kind of doubt in your mind that they're not going to score them. Do you know what I mean? Maybe, hopefully. So that's the full-time whistle then, and a very convincing win. Again, to be honest, 3-1, so very safe indeed. I have to say that Sandoval, I will probably give him man of the match. He absolutely bossed that midfield. I don't know if he's trying to prove a point, and now we put him up for loan, but he did play incredibly well, that's for sure. So the next game then, it's our sub against Birmingham City, and we've got a good run so far. We've lost 1, and we've just won 2 on the bounce. A very convincing 4-0, and a pretty convincing 3-1. Let's see how this game goes. But I mean, technically, I wouldn't have thought, Birmingham are a tough side, but it shouldn't be as difficult, I suppose, in terms of the team sheet, as it was the last game against Crystal Palace. But I mean, we'll see. A lot of changes because of the 2-day break. We've got Mazipov up front, Abbas comes back in on the left, and so does Rose on the right. Oscar also on the left, and Montenegro on the right midfield. We have Smith and Luna, the winning combination there in midfield. Faye, Reese and Cordoba at the back, and we bring Walsh in as well. So a very rested and fresh team. Oh, it's well nicely worked. Go on, lad. Oh, wow. I thought that was going to just fly over. I was like, yeah, that's going to fly over. He's hit it, but it's going to go over. What a goal from Rose. That's just an interception, and that's from Faye. That's the centre-back. Rose had so much work to do there, and that is one of the goals of the season for sure. On the half volley, and I mean, how he's managed to keep that down. What a finish that has turned out to be. I mean, it always seems Rose, when he gets the goal, they are absolute worldies. And he won't be forgetting that one anytime soon, that's for sure. Oh, that is a soft penalty. That is a soft penalty. He just contained him, just cut across him. Didn't commit to a tackle, it was just obstruction in the end. Cordoba, not his best game. Really not his best game. I mean, that was just obstruction, plain and simple. Silly one to give away. 2 penalties in 2 games. Oh, it's Jota as well. We know we're not very good against him. And, whoosh. Going the right way, but not committing enough. And it just popped up there actually that Faye's got an injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but we're level, 1-1. I'll get it out. Oh, Montenegro. What are you doing? What are you doing, lad? Oh, that was so silly. All from that bizarre touch from Montenegro. Just about 5 metres in front of him. Fully deserved goal based on that kind of play. And we bought Montenegro in. I mean, his midfield role, his right midfield role, is to be more defensive. That kind of play is not what you want to see. Very well taken in the end, and we're down 2-1. Abbas. Oh, how on earth did that just go in? That is just sublime. That is so emphatic. That is amazing. He was cut back on it, and to be honest, there was no other option for him. No other option whatsoever. Because the player was coming in, and it just, don't know what to do. And just cut back in on it. What a finish. He hit that so well. Coming back across, goalkeeper just not expecting it, I think. That coming in like that, I wasn't expecting it, and we're straight back in this game now. Get there, get there, get there, pay it. Easy. That was so well worked. I thought he was going to end up running offside, Torres Nilo, but he didn't. And that was so well played. It wasn't overhit, and he had all the space that you could want. And that is just so well worked by Smith. And then you can see the run, and he just delayed it a little bit. Took it first time on his stronger foot. We know his stronger foot's his left foot. And hitting it very nicely. And Torres Nilo, I swear every game he plays fantastic. He always just seems to be in the right place at the right time. And that brings it back to 3-2. That's the full-time whistle then. We win 3-2. A very nice comeback. And yeah, just another win to add to the tally there. So the next game, we are against Hull City away from home. And it's the second to last game. We're having a fantastic run. We have only lost 1 game. Besides that, we've won the rest. We are smashing it. 53 points, 4 points on Wolves who are behind us. But I mean, it seems like nothing can stop us at the moment. We've upped the difficulty to ultimate. It's not holding us back. Maybe we are just too good for the Championship. I don't know. We're going to reassess everything when we get to the Premier League, and I'm going to say we're going to get there, guys, at the end of this season. And maybe things will get difficult, but maybe we play around with the sliders then, and we make it really challenging for ourselves. Because I think at this point, no matter what we do, I think that maybe our team is just too good for the Championship. Abbas on his left. Abbas gets the goal. And Hull City, not knowing who they are at that point, they were scrambling. We were just coming at them over and over again in the last 4 minutes for in-game play. Literally, we would lose the ball, get it back straight away, lose the ball, get it back. And you can see here just the dedication from all the players. And Abbas striking that on his left. What a strike that is. And we all know how dangerous that left foot is. And he's proven it there. Goalkeeper who just made a fantastic save ends up getting beaten. And not a lot he can do about that. Keep that in play. Definitely keep that in play. Look at that man, Luna running. Luna is going to take one touch and he's going to finish it as he always does. And it is never in doubt. Any space, any time, 30 yards or so out. It doesn't matter. You give Luna any space, ever. Done. You're done for. And I think it took 2 touches even. I think, let's have a look at this replay. No touch there, but I think the goalkeeper... No, not even a touch. Clean as a whistle. And this guy must be on for Golden Boot at this point. He is just phenomenal. Oh, that was a nice touch by Dicko. Dicko. Stewart. Oh my God. That took us by surprise. Dicko, just a second ago, playing it lovely. And Stewart, he's been watching Luna for sure. Because that was a fantastic goal. All credit there. That was just lovely, that. That's Dicko there. And I think, was that Abbas actually that gave it away? And again, was that take touches? It looked similar. Is there a touch? Right. Is there a touch there? Is there a touch? Oh, there was a touch. Feel sorry for Steele there. But what a goal. Can't take that away. 2-1. What was that? What has just happened? That is just being caught out, plain and simple. How did anything come from that? I thought that was a simple header for Desardi. You know, I thought that was an easy ball for Desardi. The whole player won it. Just like that. Takes a second. And Dicko's played freaking awesome. Good old Dicko. He's played amazing, to be honest. And yeah, we found ourselves level. That's unexpected. That was intense. We end up drawing 2-2. Honestly, the amount of chances at the end, we had got 2 goal line saves. Oh my god, it was ridiculous. And Hull do well to restrict us to 1 point there. Damn. And here we are, last game of the episode then, and it's ourselves against Preston. And something I just noticed, I never change the weather or anything, I always just press play. It's been clear weather, I think, every single game. So I don't know if that's a bug, I don't know really what that's all about, but I'm sure it's been clear weather. So we're first, and we're against 21st. We've got 54 points, so we still keep that 4-point lead over Wolves, and that's even with the draw in the last game. But I mean, we are playing fantastically well. So having a look at the lineup then, we can see the substitutions there very briefly. But this is how we are setting up. We got Hendricks who gets, he has been playing, but he gets a start. We got Torres on the left, Rose on the right, Edwards on the left, and Montenegro on the right there. Sandoval comes back in with Bello, Uber, Fay, and Cordoba, and Walsh in goal. Again, a very short amount of time in between this game and the last, and that is why we are playing such a fresh team. Come on, Hendricks gets it. For a second then I thought he took a heavy touch, and for once Hendrick is actually, he's playing well, Hendricks, in this game. I mean, you wouldn't have thought these are 21st or 22nd, whatever it is. They have been playing phenomenal. We've been on the back foot. We've had to make the most of the counter-attacks, and this was it, and I thought this had lost there. And then just that touch, I thought, no. But no, he puts it away, and nice and easy for him, and he gives us the goal that gets us in front, and we're very happy with that. Got to be, and Hendricks is there, and that was fantastic work by Torres. And Hendricks, like I've already said, he has come to life this game. He is trying to prove a point, and he's got himself 2 goals, and that's the Hendricks that we kind of know, isn't it? He's a bit of a poacher. That's what he always was. He was more of a poacher, and that's where you want to see Hendricks all the time, when the ball's in the air, in the right position to get his head on it. And we're 2-0 up, and Hendricks is on for a hat-trick, and that would be a way to seal really his future coming up to January. Hendricks is it. Hendricks! Oh, that was it. That was a hat-trick opportunity, and he didn't take it. Oh, that is a shame. But that is the full-time whistle and the last game of the episode, and we get another win. Now let's jump out and have a look how we have got on overall. And I'm thinking things are going to be looking good. But a good game from Bram Hendricks there. Much needed good game for him.
So here we go then. We are at the end of December. One more day to go and the January transfer window is open. And we get all the January madness coming down on us. So many games. I don't know what's going to happen in the market, but we got all the tokens to do. But let's just have a quick summary of this episode, really. So, Ultimate difficulty. I think, guys, the plan is we're just going to see out Ultimate for the rest of this season. All right, I think because it was Legendary, we've mixed it up. We're winning on Legendary, we're winning on Ultimate, and the more I think about it, I think, you know what, the way the team's playing and the individual players, they're just proving that they are smashing the championship. Then what we're going to do is next year, the next season, I'm hoping that we're going to be in the Premier League. We should be in the Premier League at the end of this season, I'm hoping. We'll see how it goes. But the plan is to have it back on Legendary, but we'll mess around and we'll use cutsy sliders, and hopefully that will make a big impact. And then I'll trial it anyway before I go live on the new season. And if I find it too easy, even on Legendary, then we'll up it to Ultimate, and then I'll play around until I think there's a balance where it's difficult and challenging, but it's still, good and fun, So yeah, for the rest of the season, we'll keep it on Ultimate. We'll see how we get on, but at the moment, Legendary, Ultimate, we seem to be smashing them either way. So there's absolutely no change when it comes to the table. We've been top of the league pretty much since day one. We've played 24 games now. We've won 18, drawn 3, lost 3, 55 goals for, 18 goals against. A massive goal difference there, 37. That is incredible. So we're 7 points clear of Wolves, who are second, and then Watford, who are in third. I mean, we're 10 points, so we're laughing pretty much. We are in a very safe position. And if you look at like Barnsley in the playoffs there, they're 38 points. So I think whatever happens, we're going to be in the playoffs. So it's making me think that we are probably likely to end up in the Premier League. So it's good. It's all happy days there. So just having a look at a few stats here. We can see Gonzalo's got the best overall, 82. We knew that anyway. Fuentes, who's injured, on 81. Abbas, who still hasn't got his face back yet. He will get it back if and when he decides to change his hair. Guzman, an 80. He's just grown phenomenally, really. And then he has grown amazingly. That's remarkable. Everyone else in the 70s. I mean, we've got only Gadge and Sandoval that haven't hit 70 yet. Cordoba, bit of a hit and miss for Cordoba at the moment. We're not going to get rid of him, but he's really not performing in games. Noticed it. He's just giving the ball away sloppy, and he is a few paces behind everyone else. In terms of morale, Berglund's unhappy. We know that because he's been sold. Fuentes, I mean, I wanted to play him quite a lot more, but he's picked up another injury, so that's difficult. Sandoval, he's been loaned out, and he's been playing well, to be honest, but I think we're going to stick to that. We'll loan him out. Walsh, I can understand that. Gonzalo, Mazepov is new. Gonzalo, I'm not quite sure why he's only just content, because he plays a lot of games. Maybe it is because he's such a high rating. He wants to be just the main man, but I don't know. He seems relatively happy at the moment. Looking at appearances, we've got Rose, who's leading the way. He's played a lot of games. Luna, no surprises there. Oscar, every season he has a lot of games. For Steele, Desardi, Gonzalo, Abbas, there's some good. Let's have a look. Go down to the bottom. Let's see who maybe I've neglected a little bit. Edwards. I mean, the reason I would say Edwards hasn't been getting a lot of games is purely because his physical stats. You notice him. With the players we've got on the left and the right. Oscar, for example. Hasn't got his physical stats are all pretty. I mean, they're better than Edwards for sure, but his technical ability is phenomenal. I mean, Edwards' ball control's only 73. His dribbling's only 65. It's really noticeable, and Edwards is really behind pace. To be fair, the young Aussie, which is a bit disappointing. Who else is there? Who else was down there in terms of appearances? So Walsh, yes, no surprises there. Mazepov, he's coming through and he's playing really well. Enriquez is injured. I mean, these guys, 10, that's not so bad at all. So Gadge, Gadge could do with some catching up. But to be fair, it's been a good episode in terms of results. We have just continued to do what we do best. There's not a lot that's happened. That's a given. There's not a lot we could do. It's a difficult month really, building up to January when there's nothing but games. You can't do anything outside the transfer window. It's just about smashing the games. We know the next couple of episodes, guys, are going to be big uns. What I would really like you guys to do is if you could leave any comments and let me know, because the next episode is going to be January, before I start going into it, let me know if you want us to loan any player, if you think a player needs to be sold, if you think we need to buy a player, I don't know, just any kind of recommendations, because once the January window's gone, it's gone. And if there's anything you're thinking, maybe this player could go out for loan for a little bit because we're not using him, I don't know, then just let me know and then I can make that happen. Of course, I will do 2 episodes, at least 2. So the first one, if you just kind of have a little think about maybe who you want to get loaned out and whatnot. The second episode, well, at the end of the first one, I'm going to show you all the stats and kind of where the players could be adjusted. Then you, again, just leave in the comments where you want the player tokens to be used, because then I can have a good glance over them and then start applying them. And if, of course, if you guys don't let me know, then I'll just apply where I think's, ideal. for that player development. But besides that, we're going to call it an end for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. If you did like it, if you could give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe for any of my future content, that would be great. But it's been a pleasure. Take it easy.